So it's been about 7 days. I have, again, like I said before, zapped here, my mole, the scar. There was a spot here, it's gone. And there are 2 more spots. I used this mole freckle pen, and I used the needle point, and it did go really deep into my skin. What I'll do is put some aftershots in there so you can see. And the way you use this pen is to, again, charge it first, and then you insert a tip into this part. Now, the way this pen works is it burns off your freckle or your skin tag, wart, mole, whatever it may be. Most people are right now using the tip that looks like a wide needle. I chose to use a skinny needle. And the way you use this particular tip is to just screw it in. It looks like a spike. Again, for those of you who didn't see my last video, you press this on and off button for about 3 seconds and you'll see it light up. This particular module is about the 5th generation. So 1 is the mildest level, 2 is a little bit more increase in frequency, 3 is pretty intense, middle of the road, 4 and 5 are super intense. Now if you're doing a superficial tiny speck, you can use this, but the way you would hold the pen, I would actually balance, stretch out the skin and balance. It's not on right now, as far as I'm not pressing out, and you would tap it on like so. But in order for it to create a spark, you need to press the out button and then it will create the spark. So what I'm going to do in a minute is actually just zap a tiny bit here because I noticed there's some texture issue I'm trying to get rid of. As if you can see it real close up, it's more red than brown, which is good because that means I've successfully cauterized the blood vessels. I've successfully burnt off the skin that has the hyperpigmentation in it. And I have, because the scab has formed and healed, it is basically going to eventually lighten up, but it's much smoother when I'm covering my freckle with concealer. It's so much easier. Another option was, again, to use these needles that it comes with it. And the way you would actually use these needles, again, for those of you who never saw the last video, is to first get the needle out. You're going to put it through the screwy end of this particular piece. You give it a little wiggle until it comes through. Okay, and then you're going to take this guy out. And then you screw it back on. If you notice, it does say that these needles are one-time use only, and for safety's sake, they should be one-time use only. You don't want to share needles because it is just like sharing a medical needle. You can pass funk around. You don't want to pass funk around. Even though it's heat and heat does kill germs, you just don't want to go there. This particular needle is brand new. Again, you would press out and then you zap. The thing that's different about this is it really pinpoints. It is very sharp like a pin. So it's more of a concentrated electrical circuit that goes underneath the skin. It will cause a deeper cauterization than this guy. So this is ideal if you have something that's deep rooted. Again, per my last video, I'd rather work it in parts, especially if it's your face and you're squeamish. You don't want to have a big black scab on your face and go to work like that. Work in sections because at the end of the day, it's your face. You want to look presentable, I'm sure, during your day-to-day activities. Treatment-wise, aloe vera is great. Aloe vera gel just right on top. I'd rather cut a fresh plant open and put it right after I've cauterized my mole or my age spots or my freckle, whatever heck it be. And or I use La Mer. But for people who are sensitive to more of the fragrance, you want to go straight with an aloe vera plant. I do have some in my backyard, so what I did was I cut it up and slapped it on my skin. Neosporin also works really well. And it takes about 7 days for that scab to form. Probably like, Selena, just shut up and do it on camera. It's my face. I need to be careful. I've chosen to use the point that everyone else does because I have better control while on camera. If you're doing the needle tip, the fine tip I just showed you, don't do it on camera because that sucker, number one, hurt like hell. Number two, it is very, very volatile, meaning it will move around quite a bit. So you don't want to be getting the wrong spot. This particular tip is easier to control. So I am actually going to hit up a little bit more right here. For those of you who just saw my screenshots of what the age spot looks like, you notice some brown pigmentation. So that is because underneath there is still some hyperpigmentation going on. But if you looked at it carefully, there was a lot of pink. That means I got rid of and I burned off the skin that had a lot of dark pigmentation. So I recommend you holding it and holding the out button down with your thumb. Stretch out the skin a little. I'm using another mirror because I shouldn't be doing this on camera, but well, what the heck. So just a little zappy. Lightly. I'm balancing my pinky on my cheek so I can really get control. And so I'm cauterizing just in spots. If you read the instructions, it tells you to do it in squares. Basically, it's telling you do it in spots. Don't be rubbing it onto the skin too much. You would be doing more damage than good. It's going to turn dark. You see it turning dark? That's the burnt skin. Your room will smell like burning hair. That's your skin frying. And wait a couple of minutes. Put some Neosporin or fresh aloe vera on this puppy. And wait a week for it to heal. Again, I recommend doing a little bit at a time. Don't get gung-ho and be like the videos and rubbing it off because that can hurt a lot, especially if you're screaming, you're going to be screaming in pain. But if you can handle it, you can try it. I am actually going to now go a little bit into this deeper part of my mole. As you can see, most of it is red here, and then there's an outer border that's still dark. So I'm gonna just pinpoint some of the zapping for that guy. Press down on out. Don't talk. It's gonna sting. Feels like laser tattoo removal, or for those of you who have done any type of tattoo on your body, it feels like that. It's an annoying needle-like tension. All right. So again, don't be going crazy and carving yourself a whole new boundary around the mole. Go slightly and lightly. Stretch out the skin. Press the out button. I found the one setting the best. A little goes a long way. You can go back over until you feel it's right. And then, again, put some Neosporin on this guy and wait for it to heal. 7 days. 7 days. And then another 7 days for the pink to go away and for your skin color to come back. So I might come back on this channel and do some more. I'm debating. I think I need time for my skin to heal. That's all. Thank you for watching.